the original call, I saw him put his hand up right away as I was kind of jumping around Coburn to get the net, and I saw his hand up right away. And the punches to the head after were kind of me just trying to get him maybe to take one too. And so I thought the original call was kind of soft, and I let him know on the way to the penalty box. And then he kept provoking me. Came to the box and called me every name in the book, called me a piece of, what, a mother effer, coward, said he'd drive me right out of this building. I just kept going, yeah, okay. He just kept on me. And then I just, yeah, okay. And I wasn't even looking at him. He just teed me up. That's the ref he is. He tries to play God and tries to control the game, and he did that tonight.
Gauntlet thrown. That's what that is right there.
The right thing to do is if you have issues like this, you go to the NHL supervisor who's watching that particular game, and then you let him know your concerns. The last thing you do is you go public like that, because all you're doing right now is messing with an official's integrity, which messes with his livelihood. And those guys, they got long memories. They'll get you back.
It's just like we talked about how in the last series, when Dave Cameron was upset about that call, he didn't say a thing. He didn't complain. He just let it go, and he told his team to play.
Instead of blaming the officials, Brandon Prust should have taken ownership for those bad penalties that led to the bad start for the Montreal Canadiens. He's a fourth liner that clearly likes himself too much right now for me.
And he's a veteran guy. As Kelly said, he made a very bad mistake on those penalties. That led Tampa back into the game. And I have a hard time believing that the referee said that. You've been around hockey a long time. I have never heard referees talk like that, let alone early in a game. And some of the stuff that's said on the ice is not for public knowledge, and we all know that.
When you're in a dressing room and one of your players does that have an impact on your
First of all, I've never heard a player do something like that. Make accusations like that. So no, none of us, I suspect, would have history of that, because this is really crossing the line.
I mean, throughout careers, we've had conversations with officials that probably we weren't too proud of, but it goes no further. It really doesn't.
The only thing that's, I'm thinking, that's comparable is Burroughs-Auger, right? And that was a situation where the referee went and grabbed the player right in the middle of the ice just before the game. It was impossible for that situation not to become public. That one right there, obviously Prust had the choice to go public, and he went with it.
Another thing on that, too, is, Brendan Morrow did an interview, and one of the jokes was he's been in the box a lot. Brendan Prust goes in the box every night. He has altercations with goalies all the time. He has altercations and discussions with referees all the time. This is not new.
Even had a bit of a yard sale today with his equipment.
Another ridiculous move. Like, what are you trying to do? Really? That's what you've reduced yourself to? Throwing equipment at the other team's bench? You can see how dismissive their reaction is to him. Like, really?
Now Stamkos takes the elbow pad and decides to turn that frown upside down and give a lucky fan to have a souvenir.
Lucky fan?
I heard the fan had to give it back.
Should have thrown it back.
Lucky fan, that thing's the stinkiest, smelliest piece of equipment they'll ever find.
Those elbow pads. So what does this mean for the next game when they go back to Tampa Bay?
Well, I'll tell you what, just the mere fact that you watch Brendan Prust and that frustration, if I'm Tampa Bay, I sit there and I go, hey, we got you right where we want you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
What can the Habs do now?
They got to look for some silver lining. One thing that comes to mind is obviously the 4 power plays. We gave Tampa everything they earned tonight. We're up 1-0. We lost our discipline. They scored on the power play. So there are things that happen. 5-on-5, you got to erase that. Nothing really happened 5-on-5. You got to be more disciplined and allow yourself to play a game.
Game 3 in Tampa.
And make sure Carey Price gets a lot of rest.
Yeah, I was going to say, how good is Carey Price going to be in Game 3?